Hello guys, this is Omar Serna. Thank you for joining in today at FID by Omar. And today this is tutorial lesson 102. Tutorial lesson 102. So if you haven't watched tutorial 101, please do so. It's just so you can get more of the commands that I already taught, right? And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Make sure you click on that bell so you know when I have some other videos. All right, so let's jump into it. All right, so last time we learned all the we learned how to draw a line and how to use other commands of like erase, zoom, and stuff like that. So today I'm gonna teach you how to do some other stuff, right, on the draw command. So as you can see here, we go back to your draw, and the one we used last time, we used line. In this case, we're gonna use a polyline. Okay, so you click on Polyline, you have your command updated already, and then you are just gonna start drawing, you know, whatever for now. And the difference between a polyline and a line is that a polyline is attached to each other. For example, like let's go ahead and click on that line, polyline, and as you can see, everything is highlighted now. Why? Because everything is attached to each other. And versus a line, let's go to draw, let's put line, and let's just draw whatever. Versus a line, you can draw different lines, escape, and as you can see, all the lines are separate. Okay, so that's the difference between a polyline and a line. What is it for? Why will you use a polyline instead of a line? Well, when you're gonna use a polyline is sometimes you might use it to get an area of something. Sometimes you might use it to create a 3D drawing, like to extrude something out. I'll teach you how to do that later on. Sometimes you might use it to hatch an area, and so it has their ways or their purpose of using a polyline. Right, so for now I'm teaching you how to do a polyline. So once again, you go to the draw polyline and you just start drawing whatever. Right, what's the shortcut for polyline? The shortcut for polyline is PL, enter, and you already have your polyline. You see, and to check it, you click on it and you see how everything is attached together. Okay, and let's say you wanted to stretch, you can get it from that vertex, which a vertex is the point where they intersect, and you can stretch it. You can stretch it from there. Okay, and a line you can also stretch. You see, if I highlight both of the lines and I stretch, I can stretch. But if you just get one line, it's just gonna stretch one line. You see, versus the polyline, if you touch it, automatically everything is attached together, so you can extend those lines together. Okay, so that's the difference between a polyline and a regular line. Let's go back to your draw command, and here under circle, you can see an arrow underneath. You can click on it, and it's gonna give you different ways how to draw in circle. But the easiest way, or I guess the most common use, is the first one, which is center radius. Let's click on that one, and just put it anywhere for now. As you can see, every time you start a new command and you click on that command, like for example, like what we did right now, it's gonna tell you there next to the cursor what is it that you want to do. So in this case, it's asking you specify center point for circle, and for now we're just gonna put anywhere you want right there. Click on it, and then you can make the circle as big as you want. Okay. And since this is just very basic, I'm not giving you dimensions or how big to do a circle. It's just so you can learn the tools that you have on your draw command. Okay, so let's go back to, okay, so what's the command for circle? The shortcut will be C, enter, and you can draw a circle anywhere. Remember, shortcuts on your keyboard is going to be faster than your pull down menus. Okay, let's go back to your pull down the menu. Let's go to the next one, which is an arc, and under arc you're going to see an arrow tool, and it's going to tell you different ways to draw an arc. But the fastest one, or the most common one, is the one that it has 3 points, which is the one that's already there. Let's click on that one, and then you come to your screen and just click anywhere you want, and then specify the 3 points that you want. You see, so just click 3 times and it's going to give you an arch. Now let's go ahead and click on that arch so you can see those 3 points. Now if for some reason you want to stretch that arc taller, all you need to do is get it from that point, click it, and then stretch it. Now on the video that the first video that I did, I taught you how to do the horizontal and the vertical tracking, which you need to make sure you already have it set up, and all it is under right here under polar tracking. You click on it, you put tracking settings, and make sure you have your polar tracking on, and make sure you have it at 45, and I explained a little bit more on the other video. Now another thing that I want you to do is set up your object snaps. Once you have it set up on your AutoCAD, you don't need to do it every time you open up a drawing. If you do it one time, it's gonna stay there, and it's always good to have it, because it's gonna make your life easier. Another thing, let's go back to, let's stay there and open the object snaps, and under object snap, make sure this is check the object snap on, which is F3. If you want to turn it on and off, it's F3. Okay, and this, what is this for? This are to kind of to put like a magnet into the drawing that, or the lines that you're drawing, or whatever that you're drawing, put a magnet. So this endpoint is going to put a magnet into all the endpoints of whatever you're drawing. This midpoint is going to put a magnet in the midpoint of a line. Like for example, let's say you have a line and you want to get the center of that line. Well, without measuring, all you need to do is make sure you have this line, this check mark already checked, and when you put your cursor next to it, it's gonna give you this symbol, this triangle symbol, and you put your cursor right next to it, you click on it, it's just gonna snap to the center or to the midpoint. Then you got your center, this is for circles, then you got geometric center. Node is like points that you might have in a line, but I'll teach you that later on. Quadrants, this is like for a square, or even for a circle, so it gives you the 4 points of a circle, or the 4 points, or the corners of a block or something. Intersection, lines that cross right in the middle. And extension, this is very good because this is gonna give you like an imaginary line. Let's say you have a line and you want to extend that line. I mean, you want to draw another line that is the same size, but without drawing it, you can just drag your cursor next to that and then drag it, and it's going to give you an imaginary line. Insertion, that's for like when you insert blocks, it's going to give you the points where you insert it. Perpendicular, that's whenever you're drawing a line perpendicular to another line, it's gonna give you that perfect perpendicular spot. Tangent, areas, and all that stuff. All right, so the ones that I like to use, and you can use them too, are the most common ones, which is endpoint, midpoint, center, node, quadrant, intersection, extension, and perpendicular. Make sure you click on all of those that I said. The other ones, you don't use them as much, but you can. And once you already check those, go ahead and put OK. And you're gonna see that it's gonna give you. So you see how we have this arc right here, right? So let's do the L enter, which is line command. And let's say you want to draw a line right here in this corner. You see how when I have my command on the line, and if I put the cursor next to it, you see how it makes that square, green square, and it makes it like it snaps to it, or it kind of has like a magnet where your cursor falls into that point. So you don't have to like zoom in to make sure it's in the corner. You don't, because with that symbol or with that command, it's gonna tell you that it's right in that point. So then you click on it and you can draw a line right there. Or let's say you wanted to draw another circle in the center of this circle. Well, how do you do that? Well, let's go back to your draw command. You put a circle, and it's gonna ask you specify the center point of the circle. All you need to do is, before you click, get your cursor next to the arc, and you see how it automatically gives you a little X right here, or a little center line, and then you need to put your cursor next to it, and it snaps to it. Then that circle is right in the middle, and then you can just stretch it as big as you want. And with that tracking, you see how the polar tracking automatically snaps into it. So make sure you always have it on. And like I said, once you have it on, if you follow all the videos, I'm gonna teach you all this stuff. And once it's already set up on your AutoCAD, I mean, it's gonna make your life easier. Next time we don't even have to talk about it, and you can start drawing. So that's that. So the object snaps, it's gonna give you the center of a line. Right here we have a line right there. We want to get the center point of this line, but you don't want to measure it or whatever. All you do, you put line, enter, and then kind of put your cursor next to it wherever you think is the center, and you see how it comes out a midpoint. So all you need to do is click on that, and it gives you the center of that. Okay, so that's your polyline, that's your circle, that's the object snaps. Let's go back to your draw command, and let's go to arc. Okay, we already did that too. Let's go to polygon. So what's a polygon? It's if you leave your cursor there, it's going to tell you what it is. You specify the difference perimeter of the polygon. So here it kind of gives you a polygon that is all attached to each other. So let's go ahead and click it so we know what it is. We click on it, and the first command is going to ask you, or the first question it's going to ask you is, enter the number of sides do you want, and you can enter whatever number you want there. So let's go ahead and put 6, enter, and then it's going to tell you specify the center of the polygon. So then you put it wherever you want. Let's say we want to put it right here. Let's just point it right there, and then it's going to give you two options: the inscribe in the circle or circumscribe about a circle. Let's choose the first one, and then you see how it just made a polygon, and with 6 sides, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now this, if you touch it, it's all attached together. What it is basically a polyline, like the one we did over here, but it's already set up so you can just make it bigger or whatever when you do the command. So it's a polyline, but it's a polygon with 6 sides. Now let's do it again. Let's go to draw polygon, and then let's leave the enter number of sides is 6 still, and just put a center wherever you want it, and then let's choose the other one, and you're gonna see the difference between those two. The first one, when you doing the polygon, it's gonna give you it from the farthest point of the polygon, and then when you do this, the second option is going to give you to you from the closest point of the polygon. And if you have a circle, if you have a circle right there where we drew it, let's do it inside the circle so you can see the difference. Let's go back to draw, let's go to your polygon, and then specify the number size is 6, enter, and then specify the center where you want it. Now remember, since you already have your object snaps checked, it's gonna give you the center. So we want to put it right here in the center. It locks, click on it, and then let's use this first one, which is inscribed, so you can see the difference. You see, and then it's just gonna snap. If you have all those object snaps already set up, it's just gonna snap to the quadrant of the circle. Let's go back to draw, let's go back to the polygon, click on it, and specify the number size 6. Let's stay with 6. Doesn't matter which one you, if you want 8, 10 or whatever, but in this case it's just 6. So enter. Let's specify the center. We click on the center, and then let's choose the other one, the circumscribe about a circle, so you can see the difference. You see how this one got it. It's kind of the inside of the circle and then the outside of the circle, but in a polygon. All right, so now let's go ahead and so we under draw we have all these other tools that you might use, but for now I'm just teaching you the ones that you kind of gonna use a lot. Another one that I really like is this construction line. So let's use that one. Click on it. This construction line, it gives you, just click anywhere, it gives you a line that goes forever. So if you're doing something very big, and you can use this one, or you can just do it so it can guide you, and you can put it as, let's do it again, modify, draw, construction line, and you can put it as however you want. Now if you already know that you're going to use it as horizontal and vertical, let's put escape so you can get out of that. Let's go back to the construction line, and before you click on it, if let's say you want it horizontal, all you need to put is H, enter, and it gives it to you automatically in horizontal. Escape, let's put escape. Let's go back to the draw, let's go back to the construction line, and before you click on it, let's say you want it to be vertical, so you put V, enter. You see, and you can draw as many lines as you want. Let's say you want it on a certain degree. Let's go back to your draw. Let's go back to your construction line, and let's say you want it at 45 degree. All you need to do is 45, enter, and oops, wait, let's see. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, all right. So let's go back to the draw. Let's go construction line, and let's say you want it at a whatever degree. For now, we're gonna choose a 45. So you put A for angle, and then 45 for the degree. Enter. Oh, wait, I did that wrong. I'm sorry about that. I don't want to confuse you. Let's go back to draw. Let's go back to construction line. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is put A for an angle, enter, and then 45 for the degree. There you go, and then gives you the degree, right? Okay, so that one is very useful. Once you start drawing big projects, you can use construction lines to bring lines down and stuff like that. But let's go back to let's teach you now how to use the trim command. So on the trim command, you click on it, and let's say you see how we have these lines together or crossing each other. Let's say I want to trim this side, and I want to leave all this together. All I need to do is make a window, right click, and then trim and trim. Very easy. Escape. Let's put escape. Let's put U for undo, so we can be back to the way it was. Let's do it again. So what are you gonna do? Modify, trim, and then you can do a window, which that's the fastest way, or you can also click on each one and then enter, then trim, right? Undo. What's the command for that? The shortcut command for trim is TR, enter, and like I said, do a window is faster, and then right click for enter, and then it's gonna give you the trim command. Remember, the shortcuts on your keyboard is gonna be faster than the menu bar. Once you start drafting, I mean, you're gonna go 100 miles an hour. You're gonna go super fast. That your keyboard is gonna help you a lot. And so that's your trim command. Now let's go ahead and draw a line. L for line. Just draw a horizontal or vertical line anywhere, and then let's do another line. L for enter. Let's do another line for like kind of horizontal, but make sure it's kind of pointing to the vertical line. Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to extend. One way to extend it is if you click on it, it gives you those vertex. You click on the vertex that you want to stretch. You stretch it and you pull it, and if you have the object snaps already set up like the way I was teaching you, it's gonna automatically bring you the perpendicular line. Boom, and it just stretched there. But let's put escape. Let's put U, enter for undo. But that works out, but it kinds of it's kind of the longest way to do it. The fastest way to do it is if you go to modify, and under trim you're gonna see a little arrow. You click on that little arrow, and under trim it's gonna give you another command that says extend. You click on extend, and then you click on the line that you want it to be extend to, and then right click for enter, and then you click on the line that you want to extend, and then it does it faster. You see? Let's put escape, let's put U, enter for undo. What is the shortcut for that? Extend. The shortcut for extend is EX, enter. And the same thing, you click on the line, right click, and then you just extend, right? Escape, undo for enter. Now, as you can see, well, since right now I just have one line there, but as you can see, when I was doing the extend command, I was clicking on it on the line, right? But let's do it again. EX for extend, enter. But sometimes, I mean, it's easier without kind of clicking on it. It's easier if you just do like a window on it, and then you just extend. You know, that's faster and easier. So yeah, this is lesson 102, and you learn how to do a P-line, a circle, an arc, a polygon, construction lines, trim, and extend. Right, so just mess around with all those lines and commands that I taught you. Make sure you check out tutorial 101, and we'll keep in touch. Make sure you subscribe and share it with somebody that might need help on this. And if you keep on watching all these videos, eventually you're gonna learn how to draft super fast, and you're gonna learn how to do, you know, houses and stuff like that. I have some other videos that are more advanced, like for people that already know how to draft, and I give them, you know, tips on how to do hotels and stuff like that. So if you have any questions, please give them, leave them on the comments below. And if you need help on something, you can also send me an email on fidbyomar@gmail.com. You can also visit my page, Future Image Design LLC, on Facebook, and I have a lot of stuff there that might help you out for houses and stuff like that. Now, if you wanted to have like a one-on-one, you know, tutorial, or want me to teach you how to do a full set of plans of a house, and you want it like a one-on-one, well, send me an email or send me a comment, and we can set it up. We can give you a one-on-one, and just teach you how to do a full set of plans for a house, and from scratch, okay, on AutoCAD. So thank you guys for joining me today on this, and we will be posting more videos like this, and thank you. We'll see you. Bye.